I just got back from the movie theater from seeing Solo, a Star Wars story.
What do you think?
Well, to be quite honest with you, Alden, I really liked it a lot.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, jeez. You know, ever since I said he was a bad actor in the movie Hail Caesar, Alden Ehrenreich sure doesn't want to talk to me very nice. I'm sorry, Alden. Jeez. You know, you can pick up the phone every once in a while. Hello, my name is Fu Manchu, and that's right. I just got back from the movie theater from seeing the movie Solo, a Star Wars story, and I still don't like that title. But you know what? It was a good movie, man. Seriously. So look, I may go into spoilers here in a minute, but I'll say this for all of you that want to watch this right now before I go into spoilers, because I've got a lot to talk about. But you know what? Seriously, this movie was good. This is a good Star Wars movie. I mean, seriously, I don't know what everybody's freaking out over, but even I was kind of freaking out because I really wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it. I really thought the trailer looked good, but then again, I thought the Last Jedi trailer looked good. So you know what? I was kind of scared to see it. I think Disney was really scaring people off because at the movie theater that I went to, there was probably about 10 of us in the whole theater. Yeah, seriously. And it was an early showing, too. Oh, boy. You know, Disney, hey, just between you and me, a doll and a mouse? Seriously? You're messing up, bud. You're messing it up bad. I mean, seriously, you've made so many bad Star Wars movies, and I mean, some had their moments. They were all right, but they weren't good. This is the first Star Wars movie that's come out since the prequels that I actually thought felt like a Star Wars movie. Now, I could be wrong because it's just my opinion. I mean, your mileage may vary. You might like it, you might not like it. But you know what? I had fun. I was smiling through the whole movie, man. And I know there's a lot of people out there that I really like that are scared to see this movie. And I'm like, hey, just between you and me, seriously? It's good. It's really good. Now, are there moments? Not really, because nothing really bothered me in the movie. There were a few lines here and there that I told my wife, I said, that if they would have, like, taken out that one line or changed it or whatever, it would have made the movie even better. But so, yeah, there was a couple of lines. Every once in a while, you would kind of go, nah. But you know what? I never found myself going, oh, God, this sucks. I mean, in The Last Jedi, I wanted to kill myself in the first, 2 minutes of the movie. Seriously. But, yeah, this one was fun all the way through. Now, like I said, there were a few little things, but they were very minute things. I mean, seriously, very minute. And the things you hear, on the news and stuff like that, and all these people reporting on things in this movie. Shut up, people! I don't know what's wrong with them, but I think they're lying. But anyways, yeah, I think the movie was really, 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 really good, and every time I've stopped and thought about it, I'm just happy. So that's what Star Wars movies are supposed to make you do, be happy. I mean, I wanted to come home and draw the Millennium Falcon, or draw Han Solo, or put on a Han Solo jacket and run through the house going, I'm Han Solo, I'm Han Solo. That would be cool. I didn't do that when I saw The Last Jedi. I didn't go, sure could go for some milk. Ugh, I don't even want milk anymore after that movie. Thanks, Rian Johnson. But you know what? Seriously, this Han Solo movie was really, really good. And the actors all did good. And nobody annoyed the crap out of me. Now, my wife was a little annoyed by the Lando's droid. But we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, she was a little annoyed by her. But she didn't bother me. I mean, really, there were things in it that I wish she didn't say. But it's nothing that... It didn't take me out of the movie. I never once went, ugh. Seriously, I did that a lot in The Last Jedi. Heck, I did it a lot in The Force Awakens. Heck, I did it a lot in Rogue One. I mean, seriously. But this one was fun, and I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, if you've got any reservations about seeing this movie, look, if I liked it, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and believe me, if there was something wrong with it, I'd say so. But, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think they did great. Don't worry about Alden Ehrenreich playing Han Solo. He seriously felt like Han Solo through the whole movie, at least to me. I mean, like I said, you may have a different opinion. You might hate everything about it. Trust me, I understand. But, yeah, he did a great job. All the actors did a great job. It felt like a Star Wars movie. It was cool. It was really, really, really cool. So, with that said, maybe we should go into spoilers. So if you don't want to hear anything that would spoil parts of the movie, and believe me, I'm going to spoil parts of it because there's a lot to talk about. So yeah, from this point forward, spoilers!
What's that word you use?
Spoilers.
I like that word.
I thought you might.
So yeah, consider yourself warned from this point forward, because I don't want to see you freaking out like this in a few minutes when I blow something.
Anything else?
Hey, you better not mention that Darth Maul appears in this movie. And here we go!
Get ready.
Oh, I'm ready. And I think this line sums up the movie best.
I thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
So, starting with the most obvious thing to talk about, Alden Ehrenreich. Now, everybody and their dog has been talking about how awful he is, and I mean, I even thought his acting wasn't good in Hail Caesar, but I've only seen Hail Caesar once. Maybe it's good, but I didn't like that movie at all. I tried to, and I really liked him. Like, I tried to like him more, and I kept thinking, God, he's not a very good actor. I want to like the guy, but he's not. And then when I found out he was playing Han Solo, I was like, oh no. But then again, it could have been his character and stuff. But I know Channing Tatum was in Hail Caesar, and he was amazing. I mean, seriously, he's dancing all over the place and junk. So I know there were some good performances in it, but I wasn't won over by Alden Ehrenreich. But as Han Solo, I bought him every second of the way, man. He did an amazing job. Does he do a Harrison Ford impression? There are hints of Harrison Ford in his performance. There are very subtle hints. But honestly, he makes it his own, and never once do you doubt that you're watching a young Han Solo. I mean, it's that good. And I'm very happy to report that he actually has the chin scar. And it's very subtle, but it's there on his chin. And I was like, oh, there it is. But I mean, you know, blink and you miss it. I mean, because it's very, very subtle, but it's there. You can see it in a lot of scenes. And I think it's awesome that they didn't pull a, you know, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where they showed River Phoenix smacking himself with the whip, you know, trying to fend off that lion. I thought for sure we'd have a moment like that. You know, he gets punched in the face by Lando or somebody, and he gets the scar, and you kind of go, oh, okay, now I know I got the scar. Now, there are a lot of moments in this movie where you kind of go, oh, I didn't need to know where his blaster came from, and I don't need to know every step of the way about everything. But honestly, they did really good. And Alden Ehrenreich, my hat is off to you. My cute little foo hat is off to you, man, because you were awesome. And don't let any of this hate online drive you nuts if you have to listen to it, because you did an amazing job. And I think you will make a great Han Solo. Now, where would a smuggler be without his Wookiee co-pilot? And I have to say, when I saw The Last Jedi, I thought, and you can hear this in my silly commentary, but I thought, Chewbacca doesn't move like Chewbacca. Now, I know Peter Mayhew's no longer playing Chewbacca, and I know there's another actor underneath all that fur, but there was just something about him. I just like, oh, he's not moving like, you know, Peter Mayhew did, or Chewbacca did, or what I think Chewbacca did, or whatever. And so, yeah, that kind of threw me off. But then again, he didn't do a whole lot in The Last Jedi. He didn't have a whole lot to do. Well, Chewbacca has a whole lot to do in this movie, and he is amazing. I mean, seriously, the guy that plays Chewbacca, this guy here, and I'm going to butcher his name. It's like a Jonas Saotamo, or whatever. I don't know how you say your name, buddy. But I'm just going to call you Chewie number 2 because you're just as good as Peter Mayhew. You are amazing, and I mean, you brought Chewbacca to life. And seriously, I couldn't imagine a better Chewbacca than what I saw in this Solo movie. Next up, we have Daenerys Targaryen, played by Emilia Clarke. And you know what? She was awesome as Kira. I know a lot of people didn't like her performance in Terminator Genesis, I believe it was. And, you know, I kind of understood that, but I thought she did good. But no, she did awesome as well. And I know it sounds like I'm just singing the praises of everybody in this movie. And honestly, I am, because I didn't expect this movie to be as good as it was. I really hoped it would be. I wanted it to be like a Star Wars film. And this really felt like a Star Wars film. And seriously, I mean, you're in love with her from the minute you see her. She's kind of got a little bit of a complicated character with a little bit of, like, you know, shadows of her past and stuff like that. And she has a really, really awesome scene where she
basically shuts a door with her and another guy in the room, and you're kind of looking through a window and you see a little action scene, and the robot has a reaction to it, and that's a really, really good scene in it. I really like that a lot. Yeah, they did her great. She's no Mary Sue, man. She's just an awesome character, and I absolutely love her. Hey, Amelia, call me, please. Please call me Amelia. You're so pretty. Call me. Next up, we have Woody Harrelson as Beckett, and you know what? He was awesome as well. Now, whenever they cast an actor that you know from other shows in a Star Wars movie, I'm like, bad move, because I want to see unknowns. You know, like, Alden Ehrenreich is unknown enough to play young Han Solo. If you cast an actor that you recognize, like Woody on Cheers and stuff like that, you'd kind of go, oh no, because, you know, they bring all those characters that they played, you know, and other things with them. I mean, you can't help but see them and think of those characters. But Woody Harrelson does a great job as Beckett. Honestly, really cool. You know, everything he does is cool. And there's a lot of story there with him. He teaches Han, you know, all his Han-isms, I guess you could say, in a way. I mean, because Han, young Han or whatever, actually has quite a few of those isms already. But when he meets Woody Harrelson, he picks up a few more. So this older pirate character here basically rubs off on him quite a bit, and that's cool. Now, like I said before, I've actually met Woody Harrelson on a film set. I got to be in a show that he was in. I got to stand right next to him and shake his hand. Oh, so awesome, man! And Woody is amazing in this, and I couldn't help but think that I met him right before he filmed this movie, and that is so cool, because I'm like, I shook his hand, and then he went to make a Star Wars movie. Why didn't you take me with you, Woody? Oh, man, why didn't you take me with you? But, you know what, seriously, he is awesome in this, and that's a great character, and I can't wait to get his figure. Come on, Black Series, make this figure. I want him. Next up, we have Beckett's right-hand woman. You got Val here, played by Fendi Newton, and you know what? She did awesome, too. And I had heard negative things about her character, and there was nothing negative to... I mean, she didn't do anything that makes you go, oh, I hate that character. No, she's cool. She's tough. She's resourceful. I mean, seriously, it's a really good character. You know, sadly, she's not in the movie for very long, you know, like I said, but still, it's a good character. I really liked her a lot. I was braced for some sort of, you know, woman power kind of character or something like that, but honestly, no. All the women in this show are characters. They're not like some stupid ideology of like, women can do anything men can do, you know. No crap they can. Shut up. I don't care. But you know what? She was awesome, and I mean, seriously, there's a great scene with her on the bridge when they're trying to steal the train car that has all the stuff in it that they're trying to steal, the unobtainium. Yeah, there's a really cool scene with her on there with some probe droids and stuff, and I really, really like that a lot. But yeah, she did an awesome job. Now, making up the third member of the Beckett crew, you've got Rio Durant, played by Jon Favreau, Happy Hogan himself. And you know what? This character was very computer animated, but honestly, very, very cool. He's very Rocket Raccoon, let me just say that. And he's... Like I said, he would fit in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies very well. I think he did great. He had a lot of character and stuff like that, too. He's not in the movie for very long, but when he is, he's got a lot of good lines and stuff. But yeah, I thought he did an amazing job, too, even though he's all computer animated. And honestly, I didn't have a problem with him at all. Now, when Beckett's team needs to recruit more rogues and scoundrels, we get to meet Donald Glover, and he plays Lando Calrissian. Now, Donald Glover, I've never really seen anything that he's been in. A lot of people like to talk about the show Community. I think he's in that and stuff. I've never seen that. Sadly, I've seen the This Is America video, and I thought he looked like an idiot in that. I mean, I'm just watching that going, really, Donald? Really? This is what everybody likes? Okay. But you know what? As Lando, if you can take all that baggage from like the This Is America, I mean, if you like it, you like it. But I thought he just came off as an idiot in that. I think it's cool that it's all one long take in the scenes and stuff. I think that's really cool. You know, I think when the camera cuts, you know, it's still a long take. You know, there's a long take, then there's another long take and stuff like that. That's really cool. But honestly, yeah, if you can go into the movie, even if you don't like that, he's really good as Lando Calrissian. It just totally emulates Billy D. Williams and stuff. I think Billy D. Williams would be very proud of him. Now, the whole pansexual thing. I don't know who reported that. I don't know why people say these things. I don't understand why this stuff is a thing now. There are some weird lines in this movie that seems to point to the fact that he might have a droid fetish. But even then, part of the line, you listen to it, you kind of go, oh, that's from his droid's point of view. She's just reading the signals wrong. But then they keep going on the line, and there's a line after that, after Emilia Clarke says, you know, how does that work? And then they kind of answer it, and you kind of go, oh, why did you put that line in the movie? That's one of the lines that I was saying that you could cut, and the movie would be even better. And the movie's good, don't get me wrong, but it could just be better. So, yeah, I didn't really like that part of it, but honestly, his character was awesome. I think it's great. Him playing Sabak with Han and stuff like that, and you can see that Lando's obviously cheating, and that's really cool. He's all smooth, but yeah, he's sort of bending the odds in his favor. The Millennium Falcon that he has, yes, it does look different from what we remember, but honestly, the throwaway lines as to why the nose is different, he literally just says in a line, yeah, I added an escape pod to the front mandibles. That's it! It's an escape pod. Big deal. And guess what? They get rid of it, like, super fast. And honestly, I mean, I like the way the Millennium Falcon looks like this. I like it. I don't know why it got so dirty in, like, 10 years. But I guess, you know, that can happen. I mean, houses fall apart in that amount of time, too. But honestly, the things that people were griping about the Millennium Falcon looking different, like the guns being different, the radar dish being different, the front end being different, and stuff like that, it being too white and too shiny and too this and that. Honestly, it makes sense in the context of the movie, and it's no big deal, and they don't even really bring it up. It's just like, yep, I added an escape pod. Yep, that's it. And then it's, oh, you ejected the escape pod. Why? You know, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's cool. I mean, those little things, all those things that people complained about. Yep, nothing. Now, Lando comes with a friend. L337, I believe, is the number, and or the name at least. And, yeah, this is the character that has some of the lines that you wish were edited out of the movie. One of the lines is Lando saying, do you need anything? And then she, like, goes, equal rights. Yeah, that's bringing a little too much of the modern, you know, political BS that's going on in the world right now into the Star Wars universe. I mean, because if you think about it, yes, were the Stormtroopers and Darth Vader sort of based on, you know, German Nazis and this and that? Honestly, yeah, a little bit, you can tell. But guess what? The Nazis weren't in power at that time, and people weren't going on and on and on about, you know, equal rights for women back then, and then a character goes, equal rights, and it's like, wait, hold on, that's too modern. Don't put that in the movie. Honestly, I think it's silly. But yeah, she wants, you know, droid equal rights. This whole, she's, you know, even my wife pointed it out, because one of the characteristics of her bio says that she created herself, basically. She built herself out of parts, and if you look carefully, she actually has an R2 unit or whatever, astromech droid as a crotch there. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Poor astromech, He's now doomed to be a crotch of a other droid. But anyways, that never comes up in the movie. She does want to free other droids. There's one line where she basically says that, you know, like, they won't even serve my kind in a place like this. Now, I like that line because the line from Star Wars, you know, you're droids, so they have to wait outside. That's kind of cool that they did that. So I can kind of understand where they were getting, you know, where they got to that point where she's all about, you know, droids not, you know, being slaves and this and that, and they don't have rights and blah, blah, blah. Because it kind of ties in with Star Wars. Because everybody kind of looks at a droid like, you know, a tool, you know, like your phone or something like that. You don't really talk to your phone and treat your phone good. You kind of throw it down and stuff like that. I mean, you don't want to break it, but you don't really treat it like a person. So I think that's kind of what that is. But yeah, she does have a few lines here and there, but they're really short ones, you know, about Lando loving her and stuff like that. And it's kind of cute when you go, oh, it's from her point of view. But like I said, they keep going on that one, and you just kind of go, oh, why'd they keep going on that? They shouldn't have kept going. But honestly, I did not have a problem with her design or her attitude, the actress that played her character, nothing. I didn't have a problem with this character at all. I know my wife did clap when she got blowed up, so apparently she's not appealing to all females out in the world. So, but yeah, I didn't have a problem with her at all. Yeah, I liked her. I can't wait to buy her action figure, to be honest. I thought she was fine. Oh, and one of the things that I think is awesome, and this is a major spoiler, but I've already warned you, but the fact that she is the calculator for the jump to light speed and stuff like that, and then when she ultimately gets blowed up, they basically use her I don't know how you can say this, her mind, her brain or whatever, and put it into the Millennium Falcon. So basically, anytime you see a scene in the movie where he's basically saying, it'll take a few minutes to get the coordinates from the Navicomputer, she is the Navicomputer. And that scene in Empire Strikes Back where 3PO said,
Sir, I don't know where your ship learned to communicate, but it has the most peculiar dialect.
that's actually L3 talking to him. That is awesome, and I like that. I think that's really, really neat. And you know what? That really makes, a lot of the scenes when you go back, I like it when they change things a little bit so that it fleshes it out more. Like when you go back and you watch the scenes from, Star Wars where he's saying the Navicomputer and blah, 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 you're going, oh, well, that's her now. Or 3PO doing that scene, and you go, oh, wow, that's her talking back to him. That is so cool. So, yeah, I like it when they do stuff like that. That is awesome. Now, moving on to the bad guys, we've got Paul Vision Bettany playing Dryden Voss. Now, he's a pretty good bad guy. He doesn't really do a whole lot. He fights a little bit in the movie, and I think that's very cool. He's very tall and very intimidating looking. All the other characters are way shorter than him, except for Chewbacca, of course. But, yeah, I think he did good. You don't really get to meet him. You really don't get to know him very much. You find out that he's ruthless and stuff like that, and he can be very manipulative and stuff. But I think he did really good, and considering that he was brought on kind of at the last minute to play the character, I think that's really good, and I think he did great. Now, another bad guy in the movie, and the term bad guy gets the lines blurred quite a bit in this movie, because are they bad guys? Are they not bad guys? What is a bad guy? But anyway, seriously, you've got Enfys Nest here, and I thought this character was done very, very well. I love the voice. There's a really cool action scene with Enfys on the train and stuff like that, so that's very cool indeed. Now, big spoiler here, but if you've heard that this is a girl underneath the armor, well, then you'll catch on really fast if you've heard that rumor, because during the movie they keep referring to the character as Enfys Nest. So instead of saying, he's over there, they'll say Enfys Nest is over there, and well, Enfys Nest has been around lately, and so, but they won't say he or she and stuff like that, so that, when they finally do take the helmet off, you go, oh, it's just a little girl. But honestly, she did fine, and not much of a villain, I will say that. Looks intimidating, but yep, the character's pretty cool. I don't have a problem with her. She doesn't do a whole lot. So, you don't get that, oh, she's a Mary Sue. Everybody's using that term lately, but so many movies are made to where they're turning girls into, like, superheroes in a way, and forgetting the fact that these are, girls are smaller, for the most part, and they're not as strong, but yet they think that they can go out there and just, pick up a 200-pound man and throw him on the ground and stuff like that. But yeah, this character doesn't do anything like that. There's no real big stunts or anything where you go, oh, I mean, she jumps down at one point and lands on a guy, but yeah, that would hurt you really bad if some girl falls on you. Yeah, I think she did really good. I mean, they're very realistic characters. You don't look at it and go, oh, she's overpowered. No, she's just a girl in armor, and that's cool, man. I think that is really, really cool indeed, and I like this character a lot. But I will say this, when she takes off the helmet, freckle face, she's got a lot of freckles. So yeah, if you like girls with freckles, oh, you'll like her, because she's got a lot of freckles. Cutie freckle face girl. See, she wears that helmet because she doesn't want people to go, freckle face, you're so cute. Oh, and it's worth noting that Enfys Nest has a crew, kind of like the Jets from West Side Story, that follow her around. Now, if you look carefully, you've got this little short one right over here. You see him? Yeah, that's Warwick Davis. Yeah, Wicket from Return of the Jedi. Yep, that's awesome. So he gets to play a character, and he actually gets to run around with his helmet off, too. So that's really cool indeed. Now, aside from all that, I think the only other bad guys you really see in the movie are just the assorted Imperials and ne'er-do-wells along the way. I mean, you get a few aliens here and there. The characters get in some rough spots and stuff like that. But honestly, I think that's pretty much it in the bad guy department. I mean, they just have a lot of problems along the way. Now, these guys here only appear on this train scene. You never see them again. they looked cool. They were stuck to the side and stuff like that. But, you know, if you saw the trailer, you basically saw how long they were in the movie. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It was neat to see probe droids again. That was really cool. And these things had like Ed 209 guns and stuff mounted on them. But yeah, I think that was really cool indeed. Now, the major bad guy that only appears as a hologram, and it's at the very end of the movie. Darth frickin' Maul appears in this movie, complete with robo-legs. And not only that, but it's Ray Park as Darth Maul again. It's awesome. At first I was like, oh no, please say they didn't get a new person to play it. Nope, it's Ray Park, and that's awesome. And to top it all off, Sam Witwer, who actually does the voice of Darth Maul in the, you know, the Star Wars cartoons and stuff, he does the voice for Darth Maul, and that is amazing. Now, I am so glad that I didn't get this spoiled before I saw the movie. Honestly, I'm so glad that it just kind of happened out of the blue in the movie. And, I hope that you're not listening to this and getting it spoiled for you. I told you there'd be spoilers, but this is the biggest spoiler in the whole movie. I mean, the fact that he's in there, the fact that he has the robo-legs, the fact that, it sets up another movie. I mean, because when this movie ends, you kind of go, well, wait a minute, well, what about, because you don't get to see Jabba the Hutt. There's no tie-in to Jabba the Hutt other than a line that says basically, I'm going to meet this gangster on Tatooine, stuff like that. There's no reference to Boba Fett because everybody thinks that Han Solo and Boba Fett have this history and stuff like that. I always just thought he was just smarter than Han Solo. When I saw Empire Strikes Back, I didn't go, oh, I bet those two guys have a history. No, Boba Fett outthought Han Solo. He figured out what he was going to do and waited around. And people say, that happened by accident. No, he's smart. He was waiting. He knew. All the other ships took off, and he knew. So, yeah, I don't think there's any tie to Han Solo and junk like that from Boba Fett. But, if they put it in the movie, I guess it'll become canon. But, yep, there was no reference to him in the movie. There's no reference to Jabba other than a line. And they didn't say Jabba the Hutt. They never said his name. But the fact that Darth Maul appears in it and then sets up what could be in, like, the next movie really makes me wish that they would make another movie. But here's the problem.
With so many people out there avoiding this movie and boycotting this movie, man, we may not even get another movie. And this one's actually good. This is the first one that they've made in this new Star Wars Disney universe or whatever that actually feels like a Star Wars movie. I mean, The Force Awakens had some good characters and a few good moments here and there and blah, blah, blah. The Last Jedi even had a few good moments here and there, and Rogue One was all right to me too, but you know what? They just didn't feel good enough to me. They didn't feel like Star Wars. Now, I know that's blasphemy that a lot of people like Rogue One, but I can point out just as many things wrong with that one as I can with a lot of the other ones. But honestly, I didn't have a problem with this movie. Now, I've only seen it once. Maybe if I see it again, I'll change my mind. But honestly, I had fun, and man, I don't understand why everybody's talking negative about this movie. I don't get it. But then, if you stop and think about it, in the world we live in, it seems like all anybody wants to do is smash something. They just want to break something. They want to tear down heroes. They want to break things you enjoy. That's just what people do now. There are people out there that like to manipulate the way you think. And honestly, there's a lot of people out there saying that this is a bad movie, even before it came out. Now, honestly, I had my trepidations about seeing it too, but when I saw it, man, I was having a ball the whole time. So seriously, I don't understand why there's people out there just saying negative things about it. But Beckett actually does have a line in the movie that you really need to take to heart. Because there's people out there that are just there to lie to you. They're just there to let you down. They're just there to manipulate you. And honestly, if you live by this line, yeah, it's a good line to live by.
Let me give you some advice. Assume everyone will betray you, and you will never be disappointed.
Truer words were never spoken, Woody Harrelson, and honestly, after seeing the movie, I am not disappointed in the least. And to everybody out there just hating on this movie for no good reason, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, but don't try to ruin it for everybody else, because you almost ruined it for me, and I had a ball watching this movie. So, until next time, tune in for more Foo Reviews!
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Foo Reviews. And I'm out.